Good evening and welcome to another lovely night here at Give Reserve for our latest edition of Upfield. It is tonight Upfield hosting the struggling Western Suburbs, or is for our visitors a must-win occasion. As for our hosts, well, they're only a couple of points off first, apologies. Only 3 points in fact. Tonight might be the night to get the job done. And speaking of getting the job done, he's been a very naughty boy tonight alongside us. Jack, welcome to the other side of the camera. How's it feel to be here?
Yeah, not great, obviously, but happy to come down, support the lads, obviously, and do a little bit up here with you. Looking forward to it, mate. Looking forward to this game tonight.
And speaking of the lads, we'll get through the sidelines for you all at home, perhaps still in the office. Maybe on a train, or who knows, airport. So as always, we will commence with the visitors starting at 11 for you all, wherever you might be enjoying this fine broadcast. For the Western Suburbs, we have number 1, Christopher Yakovu. Number 2, Johan Aquilion. Number 4, Louis Palooza. Number 5, Christopher Trantafiliopoulos. Number 6, Jesse DiMarco. Number 7, Giovanni Steliatano. Number 10, Farhan Farah. Number 11, Rin Takagi. Number 15, Oscar Shelby-Negus. Number 23, James Thomason. Number 27, Joshua Heim. As for your Upfield tonight, as always, we've got number 4, Michael Eager. Number 9, Vine Shamoon. Number 10, Ryan Moore. Number 11, Devon O'Hare. Number 17, Salvatore Accardo. Number 19, Noam Halides. Number 20, Dean Kuzmanowski. Number 22, Yusuke Unoku. Number 26, Daniel Scopoliti. Number 13, Nicholas Kasov. And number 99, Matthew Symes. So, Jack, coming tonight, 4 wins from a possible 5. Really, really spectacular form these lads are in. Now, going tonight, obviously, you have had all the breakdowns through training, so on and so forth. Forms tonight, of course, as well. What's the message for these lads?
I think it's just to carry on where you left off, really, mate. I think all the home games, you've got to pinpoint them and you've got to make it, obviously cliche, you've got to make it a fortress. Pick up as many points as possible at home in the first round, just to put yourself as high up the leaderboard as you can possibly do, especially in a small league, 12 teams, less games. So every game's vital. Doesn't matter who it's against, whether it's against bottom, top. As long as you're at home, it's vital to get those 3 points.
Indeed. And speaking of being at home, well, it's a good chance to acknowledge our sponsors who make both these games and these broadcasts possible for you all. Be you at home or wherever you might be tonight. Ideally, down here at Give Reserve. Anyway, we'd like to thank our proud sponsors tonight in Al Acre, Brookwood, Brunswick Plastering, Care You Deserve, CEC Management Group, H&B Plastering, Melbourne Tile Gallery, Mr Tech Melbourne, MYM Timber and Hardware, No One Straighter Line Markers, Seller Driving School, Bendigo Bank Strathmore, Tasty 44, Varcon Group, Vic White Auto Body, and YPA Hume City. Our refereeing department are led by Gassem Tayakani, alongside him we're joined by Emmanuel Benyar and James Poulton.
Have we got a score prediction for tonight then, mate?
Whatever I say, it's going to be wrong anyway.
In the Kuzmanowski derby.
Aye.
Big Kuzmanowski against little Kuzmanowski. And Dean's brother Alex is on the bench tonight for Western Suburbs.
Well, let's hope they get a chance to clash into each other and not just at home. Much to their mother's chagrin.
Oh, we're away already, eh?
Indeed, nice and rapid. Chance here on goal.
Oh, you have to pass that.
Just wide there from O'Hare, but that was looking deliciously dangerous.
Is it 5 seconds in?
I mean, it's fast than one gets the food on the floor.
Ryan would be very happy there. I think he was in for a tap-in.
Now, as one of the new lads this season, of course, spent a bit of time around the leagues locally, such as the time at Werribee City. We've spent time in the UK in clubs like Warrington, Rylands, such as Barrow. Even spent time in Malaysia. How's it feel coming into a new environment, even though, we're 8 games in? It's still freshish anyway. How's that new club
Yeah, I
adjustment?
think, obviously, football being universal, obviously the lads you go into the changing room, it's very, very similar everywhere you go. Obviously language barriers can be tough in Malaysia and Italy, places like that where I've been, but the main reason I did come to Upfield, I spoke to Jono quite a lot last season actually for him to get me down, and my time at Melbourne Serbia just didn't go the way I was planned, and there was only one team I was going to move to, and it was Upfield. And yeah, knowing Michael Eager and Jono before, it just made sense, and being one of the older players in the group, it's easy to slot in with experience and helping out the younger lads. And there's a lot of lads like Ryan who are in their first year abroad, so it's just helping them through it really. And Nick's moved down from New Zealand, so just helping them out as much as possible off the pitch. And we've got a good group who've spent a lot of time already off the pitch, which is vital, especially at this level.
And in the day, that's what community footy is all about. That, and of course, the fantastic canteens you do get around here.
Yeah, I mean, Upfield's got to be up there. We're looking
Yeah.
forward to have full 90 down here at some point in the season. I did tell him actually to come down for the Geelong game at the start of round 2, because it'll be a good crowd, and hopefully it'll be top against second, so they can come down and rate our nice food.
Well, it certainly beats some of the canteens we get back in the UK, though.
Don't like Bovril? Not a fan?
I like Bovril. I've got nothing against Bovril,
Nothing against Bovril?
but it's not a wow drink, you know?
Yeah, with you. Hot VETO for me. Oh, chance.
To quote the great, potentially mental comedian David Mitchell, a sandwich is not a woo food,
No, you're
and
correct.
Bovril is not a woo drink.
No, you're correct. That's a good ball from Nick.
Very promising build-up. Oh, hey.
Oh.
Unfortunately not to get the corner there, but Western Suburbs, as we said, haven't had the best start of the season so far. They are in the penultimate position in the table, in 11th. So it is very much a must-win for them. But if you take their first 5-10 we've seen for them tonight, every team gets a chance to get forward. There's a lot. It's quite the effort to keep forward for full 90 when you're level playing field, relatively level league capabilities.
Yeah, I think as well when you're playing against a team who's top of the league, in and around top of the league, you have to have a little lift. You want to go there, prove a point, and, do well. And they've got a new manager, Bounce. I think this is his second or third game in charge. So, he bring his own players in. And, yeah, I think especially when you're playing against a team at the top, you fancy it a little bit more. It's a bit more easier to get lads motivated for games like this.
Yeah, at the end of the day, when you are struggling and you're playing the top side, you've got nothing to lose. And I don't know what it is, but everyone who's played the beautiful game will agree. There's just that something that slips into you.
Just that complacency. Yeah, we'll be hoping for a little bit of complacency from Arsenal this weekend and Burnley 3 points.
I have no idea what's happening in the Prem. We're still stuck in the National South.
Who's we?
Dagenham.
Played there?
Yeah. It's a lovely place, Old Victoria Road. Shame about the rest of the area.
Agreed.
Cheers for that. Bit ironic a Northerner saying that, though.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the North-Southern divide is probably as big as it's ever been. even though we're stood here in cold Melbourne.
Well, we are proper south now.
Yeah, we are. But it's been a bit of a scrappy opening 5-10 minutes in this game.
End of the day, it's what we like seeing here at Give Reserve. It's just that fight for every ball. It's what makes our on-flow media broadcast just that little bit extra delicious. It's that flair factor you don't get with the NPL.
Yeah, having played in NPL, VPL and State League over the last couple of years, I think the divide is probably getting a bit smaller just due to clubs' resources and facilities. And you'll get quite a lot of good English players who will come over to play in lower leagues just due to clubs with better infrastructure who will give them a more structured deal with accommodation, flights, visa, where some of the top clubs, don't like to do it. And there's a lot of lads moving over younger now, which is making the older players having to come to State League, so it's getting more competitive, like I say.
Plus, who doesn't like a holiday?
Exactly. I've been on a holiday for a long time now, mate.
Well, no need for a holiday when you've got a dream location to work at like Upfield.
That's a good ball.
Can certainly understand the reactions are there from the visitors' technical area with what is fair to say was a bit of a foul upon number 10, Farhan Farah there.
Yeah, you don't get the soft ones at this level, mate. That's what people have to understand sometimes. Good play down the right. Scopper. Comes to no avail.
Indeed, and speaking of old Scopper, I mean, that bloke, he doesn't do anything by halves.
No, I've been really impressed with Scopper. He's very busy in his day-to-day life and work, and you might not see him for every session in the week. But come Saturday, Friday night, he's always there, and he's been solid for us so far in his first 6 games.
Indeed, and across our previous seasons as well with On-Flow Media and Upfield. I mean, anyone who's seen Scopper in action knows he's a joy to watch.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of players at this club who could play higher, but I think the club and the people involved here and the players brings a level of quality of player that shouldn't really be at State League.
Shot there from Ricardo. Unfortunate not to be on target in the end. Just Kerr going a bit against him. But still, it's still early on here at Give Reserve tonight. Still 0-0. Something's coming.
Yeah, I mean, Sal will chip in with a couple of goals this season. He's already got one away at Ballarat early on in the season, but he's our number 10, playing in the higher position in that 4-3-3, and he's not afraid of a shot, as you've seen there.
And that will be our first free kick this evening.
Bit of a risky pass from Michael Eager there, a bit of miscommunication between him and Simesy. The experience of the group.
Yeah. Of course, Michael Eager, very much one of the greats of the NPL era, having spent time most notably at both sides of the Port Melbourne derby in Port Melbourne and the mighty South Melbourne.
Yeah.
No apologies there to our cameraman.
I've been very lucky to I've known Michael Eager for a fair few years now, and he's my car school buddy as well. So top bloke, great career, and hopefully he can bow out with a league title.
That's certainly a nice, easy bit of action there for old Simesy. Matthew Symes, of course, quite noble in his own career high up the table as well, being at Preston. Also spent time at fellow State League One side, Sydenham Park. Sydenham not exactly having the best season so far for themselves.
Yeah, well, Simesy turned down a contract with the Cowboys in the NRL when he was younger, so he's we don't know if he's made the right decision yet. Only time will tell. Great ball from Varney in behind.
Ooh. And again, the shot there from Devon O'Hare. I mean, he's threatening. He's got to have to finish soon.
Yeah, he's made a good run. You know, the run makes a pass. It's a good bit of play from upfield. He'll be frustrated with himself, but that's a good thing. He's getting in the right positions. He's had a couple of sighters now, and he knows himself. He needs to hit the target on the next one.
Well, this is better than my game of darts. I never get closer.
Suburbs just trying to slow the game down, I think. That's probably one of their biggest messages of this night. Just to slow it down, because they'll be happy to go away with a point.
Certainly understandable why they would want to do that, given the pace that Jonathan Munaz flows on, where is Upfield's main man, our mighty gaffer here at Give Reserve, when he's got options like Shamoon, our legendary captain and very much life of this community club, Old Varney. We've got likes of Devon O'Hare as well, throwing mixture, as mentioned, Sal's capability earlier. There's so many options, even likes of Nomo Holides. That's got up front and on the wing is just exceptional and exceedingly high amount of danger that Western Suburbs have to deal with.
Yeah, and I'll throw myself in there as well. Obviously not playing tonight, but I'll throw my name in the ring. But even Uno, he's really come to the party the last couple of weeks, and he's got a chance here. Oh! Yeah, he's played really well the last couple of weeks after struggling to settle in to life. And I understand it's his first time in Australia, so it does take a little bit of time. You know, not everyone can hit the ground running. I think people will expect that because they see it in the top flight in the Premier League. People come over and they hit the ground running, but sometimes it does take a little bit of extra time settling, especially when you are getting used to a new language.
Yeah. Certainly is such a massive shift, but at the same time as well, one benefit he certainly has that perhaps not everyone would coming into Victorian football is just the sheer amount of Japanese nationals coming to Victoria, even down at the state leagues, both across the men, across the women. And it's a level of technical skill that you just don't get from, quote unquote, the native-born players in Australia. Lads who have come up through juniors here, who've learnt to play football the Australian way.
Yeah, I really like the rule with the visas, with it being 3+1, one being the Asian, Oceania visa spot, which, like you say, it just brings so much quality to the league and something extra. And whether that's in full-back position or even a striker position as your choice of Asian visa, they do bring such good quality and really, really good as well personality. You never have a problem, from my experience as well. Just really good lads willing to learn and help the team.
Plenty of top lads and lasses have come across in recent years. Anyways, it's a bit of a shame that not too many have broken through at the high levels at the NPL, where they do get that chance to shine a bit more in that wider footballing audience. But at the same time, at least in the women's department, they've had so many names come through from Japan. It's fair to say, more so in the women's game, but the visa imports coming through has been built upon sheer incredible Japanese talent.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. I think it's fine margins. I think especially in NPL, VPL, when you can only have maybe 2 visas. It was for a while, 1+1, and some teams weren't taking the risk on players they might have never seen before, which understandably as a manager you might not want to do. But I think with the quality only getting better that comes across, you have a deeper pool to pick from. And I think Yuki last season at South Melbourne had a really good year, and he's kicked on with them into the B League and the Oceania Pro League. So, like I say, I think once you start to get 1 or 2, and then a few more boys might take the short 8-hour flight from Tokyo and come and experience it.
Of course, Yuki Uchida very much set himself, as he said, in that South Melbourne side, been impressing very much on the Australian and international stage. Perhaps one day he might even sneak into that Japanese national team. The Blue Samurais, of course, always putting on a show for us all, no matter where we are in the world. And speaking of which, if you are joining us elsewhere in the world, thank you for coming along for our sweet little broadcast here in the northern suburbs of Greater Melbourne. And of course, if you are joining us from Japan, of course, massive konnichiwa to you all. I won't go further than that because I'm just getting to brand names then.
No, I only know arigato and asahi.
Tamagotchi?
Tamagotchi, yeah. Thanks to my dad, I know asahi.
It's no sake though.
Yeah, don't mind sake actually, yeah. Don't mind sake. Every now and again. We might need some sake to liven this game up. It's been a little bit dull so far. The ball's been out of play for more time than it has been on the pitch, I think.
Well, time header there from Eager.
I think this was the problem that Jono was talking about in the changing room before the game. The pre-match team talk was, you know, making sure you come out like we did in the second half last week against Altona, because otherwise, you know, you end up playing the game on their level and their terms, where we need to set the tone really. You know, we've got to be dominant, but yeah, we just need a little bit of something right now.
Indeed, that ends up becoming the difference between the sides that are the good and the great. The teams that get remembered, and the teams that become just that little question in the pub quiz.
Yeah, we don't mind a pub quiz, but you don't want to be a bad stat.
No. I wouldn't mind being in a pub quiz myself, but
you could host one. Could see you as a pub quiz host.
Yeah. I'm not sure I'm the right kind of tosser for it, though. Anyway, here's Symes.
Gone short to Eager. Out to Noah.
Ladies.
Oh, that's nice.
That's nice and cheeky there from O'Hare. The wee nutmeg through Shelby Negus there.
Yeah, they're looking for this crossfield ball to Uno, as Nick's just played. Noah's just tried it, just hit it a little bit short. But yeah, that crossfield switch out to Uno looks like the play at the minute.
Now, that shoulder-to-shoulder challenge. Do you reckon that was fair game or a bit much?
Soft, but I think it's probably a foul. Very surprised it's not been given, but it's Upfield's advantage.
Both teams, at least for the first time tonight, are having their every 5 minutes, seemingly every 5 minutes, their warm-ups. Now, from a player's perspective, for the rest of us mere mortals who don't understand what's the point, can you perhaps give some enlightenment to us all savages, as it were, who don't understand? Why do teams feel the need to warm up every 5 minutes?
I think it depends on what mood you're in. If you've been dropped and you're on the bench, you don't want to move from the bench. You're not in a good mood. You don't want to warm up every 5 minutes. But it is vital the older you get. And maybe just put a bit of pressure on the manager. If you feel like you can make a difference, you might just go and take yourself off and warm up. And, you know, stick your head around and say, look, put me on, I'm ready. Just to show willingness. So, like you say, the mere mortals out there, that might be a good little tip. But yeah, it's vital, especially as we're coming into winter right now in Melbourne. It reminds me of a cold day back at home.
Mm. And we do have our first corner of the evening. It swung high, but not particularly deep.
Oh, out to Salva. Oh, conversion.
And speaking of conversions, being from Warrington, which of course has a great history of rugby, league or union?
Yeah, the Wolves, the mighty Warrington Wolves. My grandfather actually played for the Warrington Wolves. He was a winger. So yeah, some proud history there. But they are a thriving club, a club that's always in and around the top of the league. And quite a few of the Australian guys come over as they get a little bit older to the end of their careers over in the Super League. Who's your local Super League side?
Haven't a clue.
No?
I was always a Union lad.
Oh, okay.
Which is ironic because I'm not even posh.
It's a Southern game.
Mm. Of course, there is some major movements in, as you put, the Southern game at the moment with the Women's Six Nations. So there's been a bit of a warm-up for international football of all sorts for many across the Isles. Of course, the Men's International World Cup coming up in just a month away.
Yeah, I think 15th of June, first game.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, we are looking forward to it. I think the time difference here for the games is not too bad. Not too bad. But we're optimistic as always, aren't we?
Oh, yeah. I mean, maybe not as optimistic as, say, the Sun on the Mirror will be.
True. Well, I'll always put England on my wall chart as winners and an English player to be top goal scorers. I've always done. But, yeah, we're looking forward to it. I think it's going to be an exciting World Cup this time. I think the American side of it will jazz it up a little bit, and looking forward to the half-time final show.
God help us all. And of course, plenty of storylines across their communities, particularly here in Victorian football. Of course, looking towards the mother country for ourselves, we've also got our Scottish cousins to the north, providing that sheer element of absolute jubilation no matter what. I mean, if you've never spent time having fun with a Scot, you're missing out on a proper life experience.
Yeah, well, they've got Brazil in their group, so that could be an interesting one. Oh, good play around the edge of the box. Oh, come to nothing.
Mind you, I mean, Scotland is the home of the Blue Brazil.
Yeah, well, not anymore. No Archie Gemmill for them this time round.
Yeah. Things change.
Oh, good play from Scopper into Varney. Back to Scopper on the edge of the box.
Shamoon. Ball back in for Shamoon. Come on.
Oh, linesman's given a corner, so the referee has agreed.
Certainly interesting moment ahead. Of course, speaking about more about those interesting international moments ahead. Now, being Upfield part of Melbourne's Assyrian community here, of course, I mean, we all saw the celebrations back when Iraq qualified under the Australian great Graham Arnold. I mean, the buzz in the next month is not just going to be for league football, but what can Iraq do in the World Cup? And it's just going to be something truly special here at Upfield.
Yeah, I think it's great in all the suburbs here. You know, every pocket of Melbourne's got, you know, its own ethnicity, and it's great, especially when you have a team like that. I think, is that Iraq's first ever World Cup, if I'm right in thinking so?
Indeed it is.
Yeah, so I think it's just, we're very fortunate and very lucky that we've, you know, never really missed out on a major tournament. I think 2008 was the last time we missed out in the Euros, but to be able to watch your team for the first time in your life compete at a World Cup on that stage is just brilliant. Oh, big chance there. Great effort by Uno, just blocked. Upfield starting to turn the gears here. Oh, and that is Nick's 5th yellow of the season. Hence his argument with the referee. He won't be happy about that because he'll be doing co-coms next week.
Well, at least we get a friend for a change.
Yeah, Nick's come down from Newcastle. Good solid player, can play in a variety of positions. Centre half, 6, left back. Just brings that robustness in the middle, breaks the play up. Sweet left foot. But he won't be happy about that because that is his 5th yellow of this season.
Why do you know what his foot tastes like?
I like it. I like it.
Anyway, it is 25 minutes been and gone. We are in magic number 26. It is still Upfield 0, Western Suburbs 0 here at Gibb Reserve for our on-flow media broadcast. And if you do enjoy what we have here at On Flow. We might not always have the back and forth tit-for-tat banter, but we do have great football and a great community vibe. So if you do like what we do, give us a like, give us a follow, and perhaps, maybe just maybe, you might even get yourself on the stream one day.
Yeah, like we were saying before, I think this game's just missing a little bit of quality. It's one of those games where no one will probably remember this one at the end of the season. But if you get the 3 points, doesn't matter. I think that can be the problem sometimes. It's more about results than performance, especially for Western Suburbs at the minute, with them in a little bit of a relegation scrap. Even though it is so early in the season, all it takes is 2 wins to pull away from those groups. So it's vital that whatever Western Suburbs are set out to do tonight, to get a point away from home, is done.
Again, the long ball approach not quite panning out tonight. Certainly a popular tactic across all levels of community football here in Melbourne.
Yeah, I think obviously what we're trying to do is just not really paying off at the minute. I think we're just missing a certain someone, I think.
Well, should have behaved.
Oh, good strength shown there. Oh, poor pass. Swept up by Michael Eager for the 9 millionth time in his career.
And 9 million one.
9 million and two. Yeah, well played, Ryan. Oh, that's good football. That's better.
Here's Shamoon. Just trying to tease his way around Aquilion.
Touch on the box from Scopper, or nearly. See, this is, I think, was the problem for Upfield coming into tonight, was Western sitting a bit deep, but winning the ball in the middle and then breaking out on the left. And they've won a corner.
Their first for the evening, thanks to the heroics there of Farhan Farah.
Yeah, he's sporting the nice Edgar Davids goggles tonight.
Oh, it's nice to mix things up a bit.
Whether he needs them or not, it's brave.
Yeah. I've seen braver. When we all remember the Colombians' goalkeeping kits in the 90s. That was quite
Liverpool's
brave.
white suit in the 80s. Chance to break for Upfield. One back by Suburbs on the edge of the Upfield box. Oh, foul.
Ooh.
They're asking for a penalty, saying his foot might have been on the line.
I mean, it's perhaps a little bit more difficult than it is here, and it's not exactly the clearest for ourselves. Just trying to see the edge of that 18-yard box. But given where the boot was, it's fair to say it was at least an inch away.
Yeah, I think the player's reaction says it all, doesn't it? He didn't get up, make a fuss, wanting a penalty. I think he knew he was probably just outside the box. But big chance here for Suburbs, because this game is slowly getting to half-time. And if they can score just before half-time, then that's a massive boost for Western Suburbs.
Indeed. Slowly, catch your monkey. Never quite understood why they were chasing primates around, but each to their own.
Yeah, we're a little bit north of the zoo. We might be a bit out of their catchment zone. Oh, not a bad effort.
You never know, there's plenty of schools around here. We all know what teenagers are like.
Do they give Asbos out here? Or?
Probably. Can't say I can speak from personal experience. I was usually a good boy. Until I wasn't.
Played short again, all given away by Nick. Upfield playing short off every goal kick so far. It's not turned out well. There's a chance here to the box, Suburbs. Good block by Scopper. Now a chance to break.
Things starting to get a little bit spicy here at Gibb Reserve. Of course, our lead referee will need to keep a lid on things. So far, they're doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, I mean, that's a bad decision for me. Sal's got the ball, and the lad has slid in from behind, and Sal's kicked his foot as he's trying to play the ball. It's not a Western Suburbs free kick in any stretch of the imagination. That is a poor decision, but if I carry on talking about refereeing decisions, it'll probably get me back up here doing co-coms next week, so I'll keep that one to myself then.
Still could be worse. We don't bite.
Another free kick for Western Suburbs, about 30 yards out.
And for those of you at home, don't know what a yard is? Well, it's about 90 feet.
Noah comes away with it.
The ladies again.
Oh, nice, Michael Eager. Oh, that's a really bad pass from Noah to Simesy. Simesy keeps it in really well on his weak foot. Oh,
Wow,
great
that's
pass
a
from
lovely
Shamoon.
ball.
Oh, Uno's ran away from it.
Unfortunately,
Gotta
intercepts
come to
there.
the ball.
Thomason pushing things forward for the Suburbs. There's been quite the shift in momentum between these two sides. Visitors just having a bit more belief in themselves now.
Yeah, they seem to be a bit more dominant in the last 5 or 10 minutes, more possession. A couple of free kicks outside the box. And like I said, they're just slowing the game down. One player doing his laces, taking their time to get the throw in. And like I said, their game plan is working right now.
At least their keeper hasn't gone down yet.
Bit early, but there's always time.
Oh, yeah.
Good ball from Dean. Great touch by Devon. And given away by Uno.
Yokovu not quite getting the clearance he was wanting there.
Yeah, just a miscommunication from the passer and the runner.
At the same time, when you're in goals, you always prefer, all right, if it's going to be out, fine, as long as they don't get it.
Oh, stick it in row Z. For me, I don't have any problems with that. Regroup, reassess.
Give them the old Bobby Zamora clearance.
Ball picked up by Western Suburbs. They're just first to every second ball at the minute. Look a little bit sharper.
And eventually, that assistant referee's flag does go up. Farhan been very much offside for a good minute there.
Yeah, he might have to change his goggles at half time.
Now we're just on the edge of the final 10 minutes regulated in this first half. It is presently Upfield 0, Western Suburbs 0. Now, with 10 to go into that break, of course, a lot can change. Western Suburbs have had a swing of the momentum, but overall they just haven't been threatening Matthew Simon's goal. Jack, what is there left to be doing for either side?
Yeah, I think it's just like I say, it's just that little moment of quality. Upfield just need to retain a little bit more possession, work on the things they practiced all week in training, and just try and frustrate. Oh, chance. Just try and upset Western Suburbs, just like Western Suburbs are upsetting and just knocking Upfield off their momentum at the minute. And just got to be a little bit braver, I think. And in that aspect, I mean, just to receive the ball, not saying go around and, kick people and make fouls. I'm saying be willing to receive the ball in tight areas.
It's coming a bit stiff, as it were.
Just a break in play. I think Uno is just down with a knock.
Thankfully, they are now back to their feet. It looks like it was Scopolotti down there. Will be back in the plate.
Free kick for Upfield, just inside the Suburbs half. Mike Luger standing over the ball. It's been a theme of tonight. They're trying to play quick, trying to play short every possible moment.
Well, I suppose it's one of those things, when you do come across someone like Michael Luger, they're a name you all know of, especially a number of these younger lads who would have seen him in his prime. It's like, you're proper up for that. And the fact that they've been forcing him to be very much on his toes and just showing his quality to deal with them.
Yeah, I mean, it says a lot. The only game he missed this season was a Upfield loss. Having his experience and just around the group, it's vital. He's a leader without an armband. You know, you don't need the armband to be the captain. And there's multiple captains in this team, which is something, you know, that Eakes brings to the team as well. And he chipped in with a goal at Ballarat, header from a set piece, so hopefully he can do the same here.
Shmoon with the free kick.
Oh, just over the bar, I think. Devon with the header from close range.
Devon O'Hare certainly having plenty of shots tonight. Been quite unfortunate not to find the back of the net so far, but surely the quality he's got in his possession, the opportunities he's had so far, just been relatively near misses. Second half, if it's not down the next 5 and a bit, it's got to be second half goal, surely, for Devon O'Hare.
Yeah, I think, like you say, he's got himself into the right areas, and he's a very honest lad, and he'll know himself. You know, he's got to take his chances. He started the game out on the left. I think he's just sort of drifted as that central 9 position, but with the freedom that Jono gives the front boys, you've got that license to, you know, get yourself anywhere you want as long as the work is done off the ball. So I back Devon to pop up with the opener.
We might have to be careful here as Rin Yakagi.
That was definitely a foul. The referee's not blowing for that one. Push on Scopper. Ball comes in. Huge chance for Western Suburbs off the back of a poor refereeing decision. That would have been an interesting one. Oh, quick play. Scopper's put Devon in behind. Oh,
and that's surely Dogzo.
Surely his night has got to be over here. I think Devon's doing well to make a meal of it as well. He's playing the game nicely. It was a very high foot, and I think he is last man. Linesman was shaking his flag vigorously. And the red has been shown for the captain. And that just changed the game massively. And there'll be a free kick on the edge of the box, if I'm right in saying so. I don't think it was in the penalty area.
We're just checking on the replay. That long ball absolutely hoof forward into a hay. High boot in.
Yeah, it's a red card all day long.
Yep.
It's got to go. He can do co-coms next week because he'll be available.
I don't think he want to come back. He'll want to come back here next week. I mean, in some ways, you do have to feel a bit there for Louis Palooza. End of the day, just trying to do your job. But as you know, as a footballer, you always, as a human being, everyone makes mistakes, and not every touch is going to be what you want. But in those situations where you are effectively become the last offender trying to chase down the attacker who's slipped behind you, it's easy decision.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's one of those, isn't it? Defender's just looking at the ball. He's not seen Devon come across. It's just really good forward play from Devon. He's just been really clever, used experience, and he's know how to think, if I get a touch on this, he takes me down, it's a red card. So let's see if Upfield can break down 10 men. This will be an interesting end to the first half.
Indeed it shall.
And I've seen Varney take a couple of these in training, so let's hope he can hit the back of the net.
And there's our opener. The Captain Fantastic, Varney Shamoon. It is Upfield 1, Western Suburbs 0. The Suburbs down to 10 men after that denial of the goal scoring opportunity against Devon O'Hare. It is prime position for Jonathan Munoz' side coming into half time.
Yeah, great finish from Varney. Seen him do that loads in training. And good for him to get back on the score sheet. I think that will be his third goal of the season.
I believe you'll be right there.
Yeah, so nice to get Varney back on the score sheet. But more importantly, 1-0.
And for those of you at home, perhaps of a Western Suburbs persuasion, of course, is prime opportunity to remind you that our co-commentator tonight is the very naughty boy in Jack Hindle, Upfield's latest signing for the year. Now, going into that half-time window is probably a better time as ever to ask you, Brian, what have you been up to, you very naughty boy?
Well, I started the season obviously at Melbourne, Serbia, and I got 2 yellow cards in 7 games, I think. So those yellow cards carry over, and yeah, I received 3 yellow cards since I've been at Upfield, so I received an email on Tuesday morning to say I was banned for this game, which is very frustrating. You don't want to miss any game, but I'd have been very annoyed if I had more of a ban. So just happy to get a 1-game ban for 5 yellow cards. So yeah, we move on, we live, we learn.
Yeah. End of the day, just always look on the bright side of life. Plus, you get the prime view of the game here.
Yeah, I've been quite happy actually, being stood up here, good view. Could get used to it, but not too used to it, because like I say, I want to be back on there next week against Sydenham.
Well, we'll have to get the VETO out just in case.
Good kick from Symes. Nice to see him taking his own goal kicks this week. Means the old hamstrings are getting better. Good play from Upfield. Really good play from Upfield. Back to Moore on the wing. Great cross. Ooh. Upfield starting to turn it on a little bit. Good passage of play.
The countdown coming in there from our lead referee. And of course, it's very much one of the more prominent rules that have been not exactly new, but very much enforced this year. I was already on the books. Goalkeepers given 6 seconds to get rid or get gone. Effectively, next season they're set to go down to 5 seconds in part of a broader effort led by our global governing body, just to cut down on time wasting a bit and just get things flowing a bit more.
Oh, chance edge of the box to Ryan. Oh, he's cut it to Varney.
Shamoon.
Oh. Saved by the keeper at his near post. Nick puts the ball back in.
And again, saved by the keeper.
Yeah, Ryan wasn't looking at the keeper there. Not intentional. Well, I think it's a big 15 minutes half time to regroup for Western Suburbs. They're going to have to figure out what they do in terms of substitutions with the man down. It's going to be a difficult second half for them, chasing the game with 10 men.
Indeed. And while there are schools of thought that, at least when it comes to dealing with 10 men, it is the more dangerous opportunity to be dealing with, because players are a bit more tucked in, they're a bit more defensive, they're a bit more aware of their surroundings, because you need to be covering equally in all your parts for that missing 11th player. But at the end of the day, they've got a whole 45 to work with 10. It's a very stamina-heavy division where you're just going to be working every second for every ball. It's going to be a big ask for this Western Suburbs side.
Yeah, even on a smaller pitch, it's still going to be a shift because, like I say, Upfield keep the ball really well. It's something we do a lot, and we pride ourselves with the way we play. So it's going to be an interesting second half. Oh, Dean's giving the ball away in the box. Noah clears. Good crossing from Western Suburbs. And that is the half.
Indeed. It is Upfield 1, Western Suburbs 1 in our Match Week 8 broadcast of the VETO Sports State League 1 Northwest. Now, before we close, for our 10-15 minutes of just having a breather, having a chat and doing what needs to be done best. Jack, what do you reckon is going to be said to Jonathan and, of course, the lads out there on the pitch tonight?
I don't think he'll be relatively happy. I think he'll be in an okay mood. I think he needs a lot more from the lads going into the second half. So it'll be an interesting reaction coming out in the first 5 minutes because that's where we've probably been poor this season, coming out into the second half. But yeah,
I suppose to extent as well, he would be expecting the old FIFA lead. In that, if you're not up by 2, you're not actually up.
oh, is that what that is? The FIFA lead. I'm getting dogs abuse here by players, staff, and fans actually. So that means I must head into the changing room to tell them how poor they've been, especially the staff.
And on that bombshell, we'll be back in about 10-15 minutes or so for all the second half action, live and free, here at Give Reserve for On Flow Media and Upfield. Present scoreline, it is Upfield 1.
That's why they're going down.
No wonder.
Oh no, that's about tomorrow. Oh, it's been... Yeah, because he's talking about the ball get back next to the conversion ball.
I was like, no, I can't think of one.
Start again.
And welcome back to our on-flow media broadcast for the men's State League 1 Northwest clash between Upfield and Western Suburbs. Reminder of the present scoreline, it is 1-0 in favour of the hosts thanks to a cracking ball from Varnisha Moon. Still awaiting our co-commentator Jack Hinton tonight. Of course, Jack having been a bit of a naughty boy with his yellow card accumulations. Otherwise, we should be set to go in just a shake of a lamb's tail. Now, there are just trying to confirm for you whether or not there's been any substitutions. From the looks of things, there haven't. If any are picked up, we will correct that for you at home. Of course, without a fourth official, it does make our jobs a little bit harder at the half-time break, especially when no one's willing to have a quick chat. Well, you adapt, you overcome, you endure. And with that, we are back on the way for the final 45 tonight. There you go. Kusmanowski. Scopoleti looks along for Shamoon. He's captain and the opening goal scorer. If support is Yunoki. Scopoleti. Akuvu held off his line. Just slowing down the momentum once more for Western Suburbs. So they had to deal with the entire first half, just keep things slow. Upfield are a very pacey side. When you haven't quite got that depth of stamina to deal with teams such as Upfield, well, you're going to have to play a bit smarter instead of a bit harder. Cardo under very heavy pressure. The ladies can provide that support that is very much needed. Here's O'Hay. Moore. Firm touch in there for Kasov. That's all the way back into Matthew Symes. The former Preston Lions goalkeeper. Very much hits Mihalides quite firmly. Does the long ball from Symes. And we do have confirmation from our co-commentator earlier tonight. Unfortunately for us all, Jack Hinton has been called off to other duties. And with that, boo, hiss, traitor. As Upfield do get themselves a nice shiny yellow card there. Their second evening. Trianta Philippos still adjusting things. And he's eventually given the go ahead. Headed away by Eager. Scopoliti in there as well. Hoof by Cardo. Brought back in, but Upfield desperately trying to press here. Aquilion. Farron. Held back by the body of Eager. Moore. Michaelides spreading things wide. Cuts back in for his captain, Michael Eager. The former NPL great. Ball to Shamoon. Linesman's flag is kept down. And goal kick is given. Hey. Been training a bit physically there. So we've been having a bit of a tough evening tonight so far, Devon O'Hare. What's the reason why Western Suburbs are down to 10? Thanks to the denial of goal scoring opportunity against O'Hare. A rather high boot as well. Western Suburbs having their best chance of the evening so far. With just enough contact to send it out for a corner for the visitors. For them tonight, a draw would be as good as a win, given their struggling point tally so far this season. Corner whipped in and headed out for a goal kick. Now, a couple of comments from you all across both our streams on the Upfield Facebook page and, of course, the Onflow Media YouTube channel. Where from David on Facebook, we've got a big old yes. I presume that was for the earlier goal there from Varnish Moon. Otherwise, from your squeaky brother, have a nice firm come on Suburbs. Certainly nice to have people from all perspectives joining our games. And we do appreciate any and all community inputs you'd like to have. And we do get a chance. We do like to acknowledge them, and it gets yourselves a little bit of airtime. So feel free to have a chat with us as things continue to progress throughout this final 45. Corner for the hosts. Corner whipped in. Left relatively alone as it eventually rolls out for a goal kick. You're getting a bit of pain there. Hopefully nothing not too serious there. It's certainly looking like they're going to need a bit more than just the magic sponge. It's great to say, oh, Michael, he got back on his feet there. No sponge, no spray needed. With that, chance for the goal kick to bring us back to the play. Fire the boot of Yakovo. Turnover via the free kick. So it's given a little bit of a respite there. Transfer Philippus. Looks for Farhan as Guzmanowski keeps the area clear. Ricardo under pressure. This ball ends up in the boots of the keeper, Christopher Yakovo of Western Suburbs. Opting for safety there is Yakovo. As once again, the ball is needed, and no one's particularly keen to respond. Ricardo tries to volley it forward. Can't look over his captain on this occasion. Game is starting to get a little bit more physical as the visitors have an element of desperation in the need to keep Upfield out. Well, they've only been beaten just the once so far tonight. There's certainly opportunities. Now, despite limited initial information we were given at half time, there has been a substitution for the visitors. So I'm just trying to confirm those details for you all now. Fortunately, we do have someone to play a little bit of catch up. And it is both of the Kuzmanowski brothers on the field with Western Suburbs of the pair, Anthony Kuzmanowski, coming off the bench at half time. And so, welcome to the game, Anthony. Yes, Scopolodi. Shamoon just getting his boot to it. Scopolodi looks to send O'Hare. O'Hare is flagged offside. Long ball sent up towards Farhan Farah. Symes. Kuzmanoski. Scopoliti. Finds Shamoon. Yuki. Looks to send more. Moore's got 2 to deal with. He can't get hold of possession. Mihalides. Kuzmanoski the chase. Taps for Eager. As Eager asks for the switch in for Scopoliti. Kuzmanoski again. This time for Mihalides. Cardo can't get control. Suburbs look for the cross in to Farah. But he's forced to chase. Goes down with a potential foul there, but play on is very much given. And that ball very much not challenging Christopher Yakuru, nor his goal there. As our lead referee indicates for a corner. Much to the sheer amusement of this Western Suburbs side. I feel themselves certainly not pushing for it too much at all, so a bit of a mutual surprise there, but one I'm sure our host will be keen to take irregardless. Shelby Scopoliti with the honour. Corner ball, swung in, swung tight. Moore just getting a touch. Back for Scopoliti. Ball from range, not challenging Akuvu's goal. So it shall remain Upfield 1, Western Suburbs 0. In our VETO Sports Men's State League 1 Northwest clash. Ball eventually played in by Yakuvo. As he finds Celiatano. Giovanni Celiatano, of course, known for his time at Upfield in previous seasons. So far, very much proving a bittersweet night for Celiatano, returning to give reserve. Ricardo. Moore. Turnover unforced via the throw. More for Mihalides, just not quite on the safe wavelength. And goal kick upfield. Shamoon trying to set up O'Hare. Again, it's caught in an unfortunate situation. Advantage played. More taken out. And once more, the yellow card has been brought out. Western Suburbs first for the evening. As the lead referee has a chance to check upon O'Hare with the original foul. While the visitors have looked quite promising with their set pieces in front of goal, Upfield really haven't had too much opportunity aside from Shamoon's goal in the first half. But interesting to see, can the Upfield captain repeat his heroics from the first half? Go ahead, given by the lead referee. It spanks into the wall. Shamoon again. Kicked out and away. Well, yes, another of a half-time substitutions from West Suburbs, which really would have been nice to have information at half-time. This has been Alexei Doglayuk. Apologies for pronunciation there, Alexei. I am trying to fight against the swollen tongue tonight. The offside flag raised once more against Upfield side. And that is a pretty easy yellow card decision there for our lead referee. With Ryan Moore being the fourth player tonight to see yellow this evening across these two sides. What's proven to be quite a foul-heavy, booking-heavy game. Treasure Philippos with the long-range free kick. All that will see is goal kick. Akaji able to find his target there in Farkan Farah. With West Suburbs effectively playing with just a solitary lone striker, given how they've used Farah. He's had an overall a quiet evening, given what he's there to do, but a busy one overall as just a player in general. Free kick given in favour of Varnish Moon there, as the referee indicated with his gestures did have his arm tugged forward by Anthony Kuzmanowski. Ricardo. Looks wide for Yuki. Has a shot. Body's in the way. Just out interrupts the momentum. And so, as things stand, it is 69 minutes here at Gibb Reserve. It remains Upfield 1, Western Suburbs 0. Just a quick talking to between some of our staff this evening and our lead referee. Interesting what the exact nature of those conversations were. Nothing beyond talking to is necessary, so certainly intrigue remains. Ricardo from range. Not his greatest volley, but given the ball, given his body, so not a great deal more he would have been able to do with the opportunity. Aside from just put a little bit of fear into Yakovu. As the hosts opt to make their first substitution of the evening. And coming off is number 10, Ryan Moore. Certainly understandable given Moore is present on the booking. As for Moore's replacements, we'll just try to confirm for you. As we are forced to rely upon turn bodies, given the lack of fourth official tonight. And it's number 14, Steve Sokol. Symes collecting the throw in. Hoofs it deep. Headed on by Shamoon. So cool. Can't keep hold of things. Straight to Philippos. Suburbs trying to find Farhan. Should be caught offside there. And there's the flag. And we have a bit under 20 minutes remaining here of regulation time. Of course, there's 1 or 2 minutes added on at the end. More likely just the one at most, given the general hyper-conservatism referees showing the division regarding additional minutes. Moon. Oh, hi. Great use of his body to defend things there. So cool. Has a shot. It curves wide. Goal kick awarded. Thank once more, just taking a bit of time with his kicks. And he's eventually knocked deep. going out for an upfield throw. And the offside flag is raised against a very dangerous looking upfield. And visitors shall advance with the throw. Once more, we've got to wait for a ball. Ball very slowly having made its way back onto the field of play. Once more, goal kick upfield. Western Suburbs just can't seem to get anywhere near Matthew Symes and his box at the moment. Ladies with the long throw. Not really doing much to help his side advance. Yuki. Yuki again. Scopolati. Looking for the crossed option. The ladies have to provide the support. Krispanowski now. It's a long ball forward, but just no one's there to meet it. As one of the potential West Suburbs substitutes tries to steal a corner there. It's still a goal kick there. With the Suburbs falls back a bit as well to retake the throw after the initial attempt being, well, a bit liberal in how much space they could take for the run-up. Here's Symes. Shamoon dives in, can't get any control there. As Farah goes to the ground, it's got a lady with the yellow there. That should now be saying 4 bookings there for Upfield after an earlier technical difficulty. They have seen 4 card infringements, the hosts, As for the visitors, well, they're on two tonight, a yellow and a red. Transfer Philippos. Michaelides making great use of his head in the air. Ricardo. So cool. Ohio looks for Nuki. Japanese national is kept onside. So cool. Unfortunately, not to get his shot off there, as it will go out for an upfield throw. With just a bit over 10 minutes remaining in regulation time, as things stand, it is a well-earned 3 points for this upfield side, who are very much skyrocketing in their potential promotion push. Having only lost one game so far all season. I do still have a game in hand due to an earlier clash being called off due to the weather towards the more pointy, fresh end of the season. Yakovo trying to spot up Farhan, who loses his goggles. And after all that, it shall be a throw for the visitors. As we now enter into that final 10 minutes. At least what is regulated per the laws of the game. Ohio. Intercepted by Anthony Kusmanowski. Looks for Farah as his brother Dean intercepts his ball. Long ball sent wide. And so I was coming in with a chance here. Cross the sent. Headed clear by Eager. So cool. Unuki. Who's brought down, but no foul is given. Anthony Kusmanowski charges forward, finds his striker in Farah. But can't get a shot on target. Unuki still on the ground. Is eventually to be checked by our lead referee. That was a curious bit of play management. But certainly, I suppose, if you say no foul, you've got to play on. And given our lead referee's angle, it's fair to say I don't think they would have been able to see too much there from that 2-on-1 incident. And there shall be a substitution for our hosts. Understandably coming off is Yusuke Unoki. As we wait to confirm his substitute. Unoki just been guided off by a lead referee. And coming on to replace him is number 6, Siwoo Sung. Ohio, leaping like a salmon. Farah kept on the side by the Simons, the assistant referee. Can't get his cross across. It curves out for an upfield throw. Hey, Ricardo under pressure, goes to the ground. Shamoon, twisting and turning through the midfield. Looks to send Sung. Scopoletti receiving the throw from his captain. Turns to Shamoon. Shamoon under very firm pressure. As a foul has been given in favour of Western Suburbs, much to Shamoon's chagrin. Calls for a foul from a number of upfield players, both on and off the bench. Very much a play on here at Give Reserve. As we just now enter into the final 5 minutes of regulation time. Scopoletti, the aerial clearance, but certainly not getting anywhere too quickly. O'Hara brought down and the free kick is awarded. Shamoon, Sung shoots, and he scores. It's 2-0 after the substitute, Siwoo Sung. After a bit of deflection, going the ball in, but that is very much all 3 points remaining here at Give Reserve tonight. It is Upfield 2, Western Suburbs 0. And Shamoon there with 2 goal contributions. The first directly, the second with the assist. It's been quite a productive evening for the Upfield captain. And we shall have a late substitution here. That is for our hosts. With number 25, Julian Sandoval, coming onto the pitch. He replaces the number 9, Varney Shamoon. Varney certainly been having quite a strong captain contribution tonight. And a well-earned early rest there for this stalwart figure of Upfield's community. And Simons might be having to go to a shop over the weekend to get a new ball after that one. That is quite the clearance. Scopoletti. Sung. Can't connect with the teammate. Certainly very much fighting for repossession. There's Western Suburbs side just putting rings around him. Ball for Anthony into his brother Dean Spanowski. Not exactly the target he wants. Well, it's not when they're playing against each other. Scopoliti. Sung. Chance here for Farah and Farah. He shoots. And that is the consolation prize for the visitors. Something out of completely nothing. Brings us to Upfield 2, Western Suburbs 1. And while we certainly had a bit of a quiet game as a forward, it's been a very productive game as more of an all-round player for Farhan Farah. And just that goal as well, just perfect timing, right place, right time, perfect execution. And we do have just 30 seconds remaining in regulation time here. Upfield desperately seeking a third. So call brought down. And it sort of looks like our lead referee indicated there's going to be 3 minutes there, given by his fingers being waved around. But certainly not the clearest thing to be looking at in the world. Upfield need to be careful here. Quite a number of players not too pleased with that sliding challenge. Regardless, their players fall on deaf ears. Corner for the Western Suburbs. And if there were to still a point here tonight, certainly it would be very much against the tide of the game in the broad picture. There has been a number of periods where they've been quite controlled. Sung. Got some range. Nakavu collects nice and comfortably there. Sung once more. Looks to send Sokol, but Sokol just can't get the control of the ball. The ball just going past the tip of his boot. Shots for handball from the visitors' bench. As the yellow card is given, it looks like it was to number 4, Michael Eager of Upfield. And that is how we'll give it. So it wasn't the most clearest indication from our lead referee, at least from the angle of our filming position. That's very much not a criticism, just an observation. Our angles weren't the friendliest combined. Free kick sending, Simon fists it away. Siwon Show. Siwon Sung still on the charge. Can he score again? He shoots. It's cleared by the keeper Yakovo. Sokol! Ball's still in danger. Farah doing his part. And he played literally on every inch of this pitch tonight. And it will be a free kick for the visitors. But if there's still a way of point tonight, they need to act now. It's just as not looking like it's going to be their night, nor their opportunity. Sokol again, looks for Sung. Still with Sung. That's Nicholas Morosky putting his body on the line there. Last chance for the Loon. As Eager heads it clear. Ball just kept in there. Marginally so, crossing in. And it's fair to say our lead referee just ain't bothered having to deal with that nonsense there. Easy to call it off and make a clear decision that it's really not going to end too well for anyone. With that, our final score here at Give Reserve for our match week 8, it is Upfield 2, Western Suburbs 1. Overall, another solid night here at Give Reserve, plenty of action. Missing chances certainly coming for Upfield, but eventually the goals did come for our hosts, who fought hard and fought long. West Suburbs, well, certainly showing that you've got to take the opportunities when they come. There might be few, but when they're there, you've got to take them, and took them when they did. And from us here at On-Flow Media tonight, that's all we've got time for tonight. And so, thank you for joining us. Until next time, on behalf of our Scarford co-host Jack Hindle and myself, William Bennett, cheerio.